So welcome to the details of your terrier energy. And if you think of a terrier out in the park or on a beach, they're very loyal and they're super fast and they'll just go and go and go. When other dogs would be quitting, they've got determination, they've got forward movement, regardless of kind of what's going on around them. That is terrier energy. But as you can imagine, you need to kind of harness that a little bit. So some tips to thrive is building in short breaks before you become absolutely exhausted. Keep checking what your overall priorities are. Are you working on the right thing? Use that determination to complete one task at a time and celebrate progress, not just hard work. Because again, sometimes it's like, am I actually working on the right thing? And please remember, taking care of yourself. Movement and water as you're working are really, really important, just to kind of help your body cope with this sort of forward focus. And as I say, some of the common challenges that you have as a terrier is that tunnel vision on just one subject. You might find yourself ignoring other deadlines. You're pushing through even when you're really, really tired. And sleep, absolutely vital. Also part of that self-care is that in order to be more effective in your next study session, you need to have had some good rest and step away from the books every now and again. And when you're finding it difficult, to stop, it can lead to burnout because you just keep on pushing on without pause. But it is a great energy to lean into when you've got a deadline, when things are particularly at a challenging phase. You need that grit, you need that determination, you need that focused action. It's also a really nice energy to have, or to call on when you are studying something that is not your favorite subject. We've all been there, we've all done that. You have to try that extra bit harder to work on the subjects that don't really bring you joy. And of course, when you're completing any particular coursework, practicing something difficult, and if you are, doing that thing of actually preparing, studying, quite far in advance for your exams, I think this is really good. You need that energy to kind of just keep you going, right through to the end, right through to those exam deadlines. But again, step back from that when you feel yourself, exhausted from all that pushing, when you're neglecting other subjects, when you're kind of not asking for help, when actually it would be, even if you can say to somebody, please, could you make sure I stop by X time? It's really important to kind of get a little bit of external accountability when you are, really high on terrier energy. And when that determination actually just becomes stubborn, I'm just going to keep on doing this. So it's great energy, but when you're pushing through to exhaustion without pausing to reflect, rest, renew, this is not great. So it's time to kind of lean in to some of those other animals and to make sure that you are bringing, as I say, you're creating those stops. You're making sure that you don't just go and go and go and go and burn out, because that really isn't helpful in the long term. It might feel like it in the short term, but in the long term, it really isn't helpful at all. So if you'd like to know any more, please just respond and reply to the email that got you to this page. And if you want to know anything about our Momentum course, it's coming up. It's an online course launching in a couple of weeks' time. Please do grab that QR code and get yourself onto the waiting list.